In this video, we'll focus on what goes into your recycle, compost, and trash bins at mills. We know, it's confusing. You think you got it down, and then you go to a different part of the city, and the rules are totally different, and you're going, what? That's why we're going to explain what happens to items after you toss them in the bin. Once you understand how sorting rules are made, it will be easier to remember them. And as long as you're getting most of it right, you're doing the planet a huge favor. Let's start with your recycling bin. A truck takes the recyclables from your bin to a facility where they're sorted more by both people and machines. For example, paper is sorted from glass. Then, each sorted material is taken to other companies where they're processed into new products. So for a soda can, it'll be melted down and the aluminum will be used to make new cans. What does this tell you about what you can put in your recycling bin? For one, you can only recycle things that can be sorted at the facility they're being sent to. Things with multiple types of material stuck together cannot be sorted, like this envelope with bubble wrap stuck to it, or this soy milk container with a silvery plastic lining. You can't always tell if a product has a lining, so it's good to tear it, like this tea bag. Not all brands of a product have a lining, so when in doubt, rip it. When I say stuck, though, I mean those layers are really stuck together. That paper label on your bottle that could rip off is fine. To be recyclable, there also has to be a company that will take the item to make it into something else. For mills, this is metal, like foil and cans, glass, like jars, paper and cardboard, and hard plastic, like bottles and other plastic containers. Not plastic soft enough to crumple into a ball, like plastic bags. So how clean does this stuff have to be? Well, once food and oil are absorbed into paper, it cannot be removed and can cause mold. So paper needs to be food stain free. Everything else can get cleaned in the recycling process, so something like this peanut butter jar is fine, but you should empty it as much as possible. At mills, you're putting your paper in the same recycling bin as everything else. So if you don't empty your can before recycling it, there may be some collateral damage. It's not the end of the world, but if you have the time to avoid it, you should. Next up is composting. A truck takes compostables to a facility where they're ground up by a machine. The ground up compostables are then put in piles where they break down into compost, basically soil. That means you can only put things in your compost bin that could become dirt, as in something from plants or animals. It's the circle of life! So, your ice cream came from a cow, and that chicken came from a chicken, and that bread came from wheat plants. All food and food scraps can go in the compost. But wait. What about paper? That comes from trees, but I said it went into the recycling bin. You got me. You could put paper in the compost bin, but you should recycle it so it can be used directly for more paper instead of being used for compost to grow a tree to make more paper. Recycling is the shortcut. If the paper is dirtied from food or oil, though, like I said, it cannot be recycled and it should be composted. Paper towels and napkins are also in forms that cannot be recycled into paper, so they should always be composted. Here's another tricky one. Bioplastic. Bioplastic looks like regular plastic, but it is a disguise. Bioplastic is made from plants, like corn. It will often say compostable or PLA. Most of the containers in the tea shop are bioplastic and go in the compost. Backtracking, we see stuff from your compost bin gets put through a grinder. The grinder allows you to put tougher stuff in the compost bin than you might put in your backyard compost, like meat bones. Last and certainly least is the trash bin. Our trash goes straight to the landfill. It does not get turned into anything we use. It just takes up space and pollutes the environment. What do we put in our trash bin? The answer is not everything that does not go into the recycling or compost bin. You can still find a place to recycle some things that cannot go into your recycling bin. Why? The recycling plants that the stuff in your bins eventually get to aren't the only plants around. You can find places to drop off or arrange a pickup with things like broken electronics, ripped mattresses, torn clothes, and more. There's a directory of these places at recycleware.org. It means a little more effort, but it also means you are being awesome! We're not done yet. There's other stuff you do not put in your trash bin. Some stuff has chemicals that you do not want released in a landfill. This stuff is hazardous waste. Examples include batteries, CFL light bulbs, aerosol cans, and unused medication. Check mills.edu/green for the most up-to-date information on where to take hazardous waste. Okay, now you're good. You are ready to put the rest in the trash. You're also ready for the final exam. Which bin does this paper cup with a PLA lining go in? Compost. Which bin does this granola bar wrapper go in? Trash. This fork? Trick question. Take it to the reuse depot. This is a campus spot where you can take and donate reusables for free. Unless you accidentally stole that fork from Founders, then bring it back there. Anyhow, great job on the quiz. Remember, wherever you are, you can read the signs on your bins or go online to double check your sorting. These adorable sea lions will thank you for it.